Hello, I'm Didier Saint Georges, member of the Investment Committee of Carmignac Gestion. Our fund Carmignac Patrimoine, over the last weeks, has given up the gains in performance achieved since the beginning of the year. It is important for us to bring forth some explanations for this disappointing performance and offer visibility for the future. Ben Bernanke, the Fed president, during the May 22nd speech, instilled fears of an early reduction to the Fed's expansive monetary policy, which launched a massive wave of profit-taking in most asset classes worldwide. Emerging market assets, seen as the most vulnerable to a reduction in liquidity, were the most affected. The local emerging sovereign bond index fell around 3.5%, which was further exacerbated by the accompanying fall of emerging currencies' values of around 5% against the euro. The global emerging equity market also declined by around 9%. At the same time, after having well anticipated the effects of the ambitious economic reflation plan in Japan, market participants also took profits on Japanese equity assets. Many of these positions were hedged against the exchange rate risk. Therefore, inevitably, the sales of Japanese equities gave rise to the closure of these short yen positions. Finally, while the increase in risk aversion should normally have benefited safe haven assets, the US dollar and US treasuries, this did not materialize. Probably partly due to the yen purchases against the US dollar, but also the hawkish comments from Mario Draghi, the ECB president, the dollar weakened against the euro. Carmignac Patrimoine, positioned as a diversified global fund in all asset classes, in particular local emerging market debt and equity, and currency-hedged Japanese shares, took the full force of these market moves. In addition, the fund's US dollar and US Treasury positions, instead of protecting the portfolio, in fact followed the market correction. Some portfolio adjustments have been made in Carmignac Patrimoine. The equity exposure has been slightly reduced, the modified duration was limited to around 4%, and the non-euro currency part was decreased. The euro makes up today around 30% of the currency exposure in the fund. Of course, we regret having underestimated the violence of the market reaction to Ben Bernanke's comments. With hindsight, the size of the correction would certainly have justified a reduction in the fund's exposure at the end of May. Even so, we are convinced that what we are witnessing is an overreaction by the market. Under the pressure of deleveraging, American growth and those of the other developed countries will stay fragile for an extended period. Price disinflation is being felt everywhere worldwide, not inflation. Consequently, aside from what has occurred short term, our opinion is that the liquidity injected by the central banks will stay abundant longer than the market believes. Besides, even if the Japanese authorities will certainly commit communication and execution errors in their reflation plan, this country has every possible card to play in their bid to ignite their economic activity. Finally, growth in emerging market economies, even if it is undeniably slowing, is still largely superior to that of developed countries, and the economic fundamentals of many countries in this zone remain solid. In conclusion, we will remain attentive in the short term to the central bank's communications, and notably that of Ben Bernanke's next speech on June 19. We shall adjust the fund exposure swiftly if needed. However, we will maintain the portfolio construction in accordance with our medium-term convictions. Relative outperformance of the American economy compared to the European economy, a controlled slowdown of the emerging world, the far-reaching Japanese reflation plan, and the progressive reduction in liquidity. Even if on some occasions it is difficult to bear, short-term volatility with some uncomfortable peaks has constituted the counterbalance of our conviction-based management over 23 years. I would like to take the opportunity to confirm that we are fully confident in the capacity for Carmignac Patrimoine to continue to deliver the performance profile that our clients seek, as has been the case since its creation. Thank you.